welcome to my channel and welcome to tonight's live presentation. Y'all know what it is. We're actually a day late, but it's Bonnets and Bree with the BS. I had the presentation up early so you guys could see what we were talking about tonight. As you come in, if you would tell us, if you don't mind anyway, let us know how old you are and let us know where you're from. Those of you who come in the replay, if you will do the same. This show is from a generational perspective. My daughter is a millennial, which is Bree. She's the co-host. We had a special guest, which was also a millennial scheduled tonight, but mommy duty calls, and that's always first. So she won't be here tonight, but we will look forward to having her on one of our upcoming chats at a later time. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop Miss Breon on the screen. We don't have to do the new young ladies invitation tonight, so we can just go ahead and pull in our conversation screen. And here we are. Hey, Miss Bree, go
Hey
ahead and
y'all.
do your intro.
Hey y'all. This your girl Bree. If this your first time here, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, cause it will be a vibe, baby. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. How y'all doing?
So, as y'all see, tonight we are talking about how ratchet is too ratchet, and also which age group holds the crown to ratchet behavior. Now, when I first put this up, I put up raunchy, and actually in the description, the words raunchy may be mentioned. And that's simply because I guess that's what it was called back in my day, but it's new words now. Every generation has their own terminology and their own dictionary. So it's called ratchet now, but like I said, I called it raunchy because, yeah, that's what we used to say back in the day. Well, that was one of the many things we used to say: raunchy, skanky, trashy. I mean, you know where I'm going with all of that. Anyway, so we wanted to discuss. Me and my daughter was having a conversation, and that really is where a lot of these episodes come from. And it was about the young lady. What was her name?
Miss Sexy Red.
Yes, honey. And so it basically birthed the conversation of ratchetness and how ratchet is too rich. And so my thing was, is the new ratchet, and maybe we was raunchy, and raunchy is the baby ratchet, or or is it just damn ratchet? So we also want to know what you guys think. We are definitely going to be putting your thoughts on the screen as you comment. Like I said, also in the replay, and those of you here, I see 4 people here with us tonight. Hello and welcome. Um,
Hi.
yeah, let us know your thoughts on it. So let me go ahead and let you start. I feel like you have more. You claim you are more have your ears to the street more. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you start out with your thoughts, and then I'll come in as I, you know, find
Well, I would definitely not say I have my ears to the streets. I really be low key. I be chilling. However, I personally feel like Miss Sexy Red, like she done took the cake. She done took the cake. She done won a reward. Like they need to create a whole new category for this girl because it's like it. That is, I feel like that's the most raunchy to get. That's the most ratchet to get. And kind of to answer your question, is raunchy the baby ratchet? I do feel like raunchy is the baby ratchet. However, like nowadays, people don't say really raunchy anymore. However, I do feel like raunchy is the baby ratchet, in so many words. That's number one. Number two, um, Cause it's like, cause there was a conversation on Facebook and it was saying, oh well, Sexy Red and Janae Aiko, they make the same music, and it's like, hold up, like, let's go back that up and let's digest this, cause it's like, if you really think about it, no female, really no artist, period, is, no female artist, whether it's singing or rap, is not talking about their man. They talking about, getting money or being a boss, and they talking about how hard they'll fight for their man, or sex in so many words. Each female artist, whether they singing or rapping, that's the premise of music nowadays. In some form or fashion, that's what the conversation is around. But
Hmm.
once you take that out, Janae and Sex Red ain't got nothing in common. Like, no, like, not at all. Then people gonna take the tone to say, oh, it's just because Janae Aiko is singing. That's why y'all feel like her music is more softer. And it's like, that's kind of exactly why we're saying is more softer. Like, the approach. Although, Miss Janae, she do got some little risque songs, some little, raunchy songs, a little vulgar. However, everything about her is, softness, so to speak, if that's the word we're going to use. So for them to say that, it's like, I feel like y'all reaching and y'all just trying to include, or, like, try to overly include everybody with everybody. Like, if people don't like, because some of the stuff she says is very outlandish. And it's like, if people don't like that, then that's okay. Don't try to guilt people or shame people into listening to her music, because
Okay,
baby,
we
that music ain't for everybody.
who was the her you referring to, Janae or Sexy Red?
When people don't like Sexy Red, the people that do like Sexy Red, they try to, guilt or shame other people into, I guess, liking her or whatever. Like, oh, and that's pretty much what ignited the conversation. Like, oh, y'all talk so much about Sexy Red. However, Sexy Red and Janae Aiko make the same music. And it's like, baby, no, they don't. Y'all just trying to include folks so bad that y'all be reaching. Y'all be reaching.
Yeah, because for me, uh, Janae Aiko, she just uses vulgar words. But to
Yeah.
me, this is my perception. Like
And
people,
then not even all the time.
yeah, whenever she is going there, she'll just say words that people don't traditionally hear. Just like her song "P Fairy." I'm not gonna say the
Mm-hmm.
whole word, but you know what I'm saying. Um, because the subject has that word in it. So then people really take the whole song to be whatever. But all she, like you said, she basically is. It's like a love song to her boyfriend. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not really vulgar.
Basically, I'm on the way to see my man. I'm
Yeah,
on the way.
and I know he's like whoop me. I know because of how blah blah blah. So she's
Yeah.
talking to him in the song. So I mean, just because she uses a word does not take her entire uh
Image
yeah,
or persona.
raunchy or ratchet, as you say. But yeah, no, they are definitely not the same person. Everything about this girl is so. Now I'm talking about Sexy Red. To me, everything from what I do know about her, even the little bit I looked up about her, like she is just. She said
Yeah.
that her the nicest thing somebody did for her was rob somebody and give her the money. Like,
Now the baby done, even like, I haven't done any research on her. I don't know about her personally. All I do hear is like little snippets from here and there. And like, personally, that baby done came from a harsh past. Like, she done, she done been through some things.
yeah.
So it's like, personally, I don't want to count her out, because it's like, I feel like she might be cool people. It's like, she might really be a sweetheart on the inside. However, when it comes to her music and, the image that she's giving off and portraying, it's distasteful. And I don't, it's too much. It's too much.
Honey, what was that you said about something about a STD?
she got a lyric in her songs. It's something like I put the S and STD, and like quite frankly, that's too much for me.
Yeah, why do you want to be
That's
known?
way too much.
Put the
That's too
S,
much.
any T and a D.
And it's like with all the words in the American language, baby, you could have did different. You know, you could have just did it different.
You could have put the S in smile, S in sex, S in
It's in sex red, like
oh, there you go. Yeah.
it's just a little off putting, I must say.
Eh, yeah. Some people feel, and some people have said that they feel she's an industry plant to try to degrade the culture. What do you think about that?
Um, because I love me a good conspiracy theory. How so do I feel like she's an industry plant? I'm not gonna say yes or no, but I can understand how that can be seen because it's like again, I'm not like a fan of hers, so I didn't come from when she first started or whatever. Who all I know is she just came out of nowhere, and now it's like everywhere you look is her. You know, it's like they're trying to force feed us this lady, and it's like
Yeah,
y'all ain't got nothing else.
that's true. That's true.
And yeah, yeah,
So
does
from my
not necessarily paint the most ideal picture of a black woman. Even with like, okay, we're gonna switch gears. Like even with like a Cardi B or a Meg Thee Stallion,
very sexual.
they are very sexual. Their
Mhm.
lyrics can be very vulgar, but it's I still feel like it's a difference.
Yeah.
Like even the way that they
Uh,
carry themselves is more, you know, kind of put together than how Miss X Red do.
exactly.
It's like, you know, she always walking around with all this money. So it's like, okay, baby, we see you get money. However, and again, no offense to her personally. However, it is giving. I feel so bad for saying this, but it's giving low budget, and it's like I don't like that for her. Like, I don't like that for her.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like even if you is gonna be who you gonna be, I, you know, but present the present the picture better. You know,
Yeah,
like even with Suki, like now, her and Suki are more close in range because Suki does a lot of vulgar things, a lot of ratchet things as well. However, the way Suki carries herself is even better than Miss AC Red. Like I get that she is a new artist, but even when most of these new artists, and then it's like nowadays when a new artist come out, it is not the same as back in the day when a new artist came out. You know, like they look like they was a new artist.
most back in the day,
Nowadays, these
most people.
artists come out and they got the money already.
Well, and the thing is, back in the day, you had to have um, a company behind you. You had to be
Yeah, to
signed to
really
someone.
get them.
You had to have PR and marketing. They actually put you together to present you to the public. But
Yeah,
now, because of places such as YouTube and so many other social media uh,
really
software
thanks to Soldier
out
Boy.
here, you can really, a lot of people are self promoted.
Yeah,
So by the time, I mean, you get a million followers, boom, you somebody, you know.
really.
And honestly, that's really all it takes to really be somebody. Even back, okay, I was going to mention, you know, my era was the Little Kims, um, Foxy Brown, which I don't know, she was raunchy, but I don't, know how deep she took it. And Trina. These are people who've been around for I'm gonna say 15 plus years.
Yeah,
And back in my day, those were the ones who were considered what y'all call ratchet. Um,
and even with Trina, she's like kind of in the middle of our
area, yeah,
yeah eras.
brackets, yeah, yeah.
I used to listen to her too, Chad.
mean, and a lot of people still do. Now, and I'm
Yeah,
going to say this: Lil Kim was nasty,
yeah.
but
Lil Kim still.
she stepped.
She presented herself in I more of an ideal way. Like, yeah, she, she was Nancy Raunchy, whatever. However, it never came off as cheap. You know?
Exactly. And she is more known as a fashion icon today.
Yeah.
I mean, because even though she was a performer, fashion,
Outfits on 10.
yeah. I mean, yeah. And I mean, she still have people, major fashion houses that dress her. That is kind of, she's more relevant for that now, I think. I mean, don't get me wrong, her music definitely still is top notch and well respected, but it definitely they had to have something behind them other than just a hot song. I really
Yeah.
don't. I know of one song I've heard of that Sexy Red has. I don't know if she has like a EP or album or whatever, but
She got one of them out. I don't know if it's an album or EP, but she got something out. She does have projects out.
and let's even talk about Cardi B for a minute. Okay, when Cardi B first came on the scene, she was more popular uh, because she was a dancer who
Yeah.
had who had notoriety, and then she became a part of Love and Hip Hop. Now, even when she became a part of Love and Hip Hop, I don't think she had any albums or EPs or anything out at that time, mixtapes or
Probably
anything.
not albums, but I do feel like she probably had mixtapes. Like back in the day, mixtapes was popular.
But even before she put out that album, that her first major album,
Yeah.
she put the work in. She had put out like 5 mixtapes, I think, while she was on Love and Hip Hop before she really crossed over with Bodak Yellow and became a major artist.
Yeah.
And before she got picked up by a major label. So she still put the work in. And even though she, will swing at the drop of a dime, she put the work in and she paid her dues. Like, I don't even know where this Sexy Red chick came from. I didn't
See,
even
it is not even just her. It's like a lot of these artists nowadays. They just kind of big out of nowhere. Like you ain't see them, rise to the top or struggle for their
Mhm.
spot. They just done, and it's like no shade to y'all. It's just y'all. It's just like, and then it's like you can't even be like y'all. She just. It doesn't look like she had a real team behind her.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause even with the girl, Ice Spice.
Okay.
Like when she came on the scene, she even, she have her whole look together. She
Yeah,
got, it is put together that's in a way that it's still her, but it still look nice.
yeah. Now I'm gonna say this about Ice Spice. Ice Spice is her father was a member of the group Digital Underground. So
I
she
know
grew up
that.
in the industry. So I will say, even if she didn't have a team, that probably helped her some. And he
That could
probably,
be a reason.
yeah, he probably got her. But still, even with that, she didn't come out with a sense of entitlement. She came out here, she put her music out, and she worked whatever they put together for her to work. Like, she was out here, putting her music everywhere. So by the time people really jumped on this Ice Spice train, she had a little bit of work under her belt. Like, I don't know, but one thing I've ever heard from this young lady, next thing I know, she twerking at the doggone, what was that, the AMAs or the BET Award?
We just had the VMAs. I think she was talking at the BET Award.
Okay, yeah. There was a lot going on. There was a
Yeah.
whole lot going on.
I don't know. I don't know. Cause I don't know. It's just a lot. Like you said, it's a lot going on.
Hmm. So, I don't know, but yeah, with even with Trina, her music was considered very provocative for that time too. But even with her, she always was classy still with it.
Yeah.
Nasty but classy,
Yeah.
you know. And now I will say this: the only
Even with the city girls.
yeah, now but see, they did have a team behind them though. They when they really
When
uh
they was no, when they was I take your man, city girls. I don't know if they had a team behind them then. However, they've always presented themselves in an appropriate way. I feel.
well, I ain't gonna say
I
appropriate
ain't gonna say yeah. I ain't gonna say appropriate, but
and spending all his money, but that was the persona that they were selling. So you
and they
can't.
were also selling like yeah. I don't know because it's like they kind of when it comes to like city girls and like sexy red, I'm gonna say they like selling the same thing.
Mhm.
But City Girl got a pretty bow on it.
Okay, yeah, and
But
I'm
it's like I can't even really say that because I don't really listen to Sexy Red music. All the things I just have heard has
when
been
you see
mainly being
her,
about
it ain't a
vulgar.
pretty bow. I mean, when you see her, it's not presented like she was taking pictures somewhere, and some guy was walking by. She started tooting her butt up, talking about, "Get out of my picture." I mean, everything she do is over the top or beyond what it needs to be, and that's pretty much like the thing.
I just feel
Um,
like they, and again, this is nothing to her personally because it's some real good people in the ghetto. However, they look like they just really roll up to the hood and just like, hey girl, come on, we got you. We gonna take you to the top. And she just hopped in the car and now she here. So
could be that. It could be, or maybe not. Who's to say? But at any rate, um, but yeah, I mean, and I'm gonna say this. Okay, we mentioned Suki. Suki is about the only thing that would be mildly comparative. Now, when Suki first came out, let's be honest, Suki still put the work in. Honestly, once she got on Love and Hip Hop, she did make a few mistakes, like um, that video that she put out on OnlyFans with her boyfriend. That was a lot going on. Um,
I mean, that was her. What I'm gonna say about Suki, because even before she got on Love and Hip Hop, she was online, being herself and being Suki with the good. Before she was on Love and Hip Hop, and she was doing some. I ain't gonna say she was out here doing the OnlyFans videos before OnlyFans was out. However, she was out here doing some things. Like she wasn't no.
right.
I ain't gonna say she was no angel, but she wasn't the whole. I don't know how she is now is how she's been.
Yeah, but there's a few things that she did that was controversial, and I think that she regret, and she mentioned that for a minute. But I think those were mistakes that she made because she didn't have a team. However, like you said, for the most part, though, she still represented herself in a certain way. So she never went too far across. Like this girl, even with apparently a team, she still don't have it together. Suki made mistakes, but then she came back from that. She's even been vocal about it here recently when that controversy happened with that YKO whoever. And I think that really
I
was a
don't like him anyway. I'm sorry.
and I get that, but I think for her, it probably was like an eye opener for her because um she I think that's probably the moment that she became full circle and realized what her past and how she presented sometimes the image it gave people.
I
Because
don't know.
that was
I
still
am.
crazy that he would walk up and think
I'm
that
gonna say
you
I'm a little controversy on that too because it don't matter what a female got going on. She ain't say I come here like she wasn't on the same level he was on. Number one, number two, Mr. YK already got a history of abusing females, so that's another reason why I don't like him.
okay, see
But
I
that's
didn't know
neither
that
here nor
about him.
there.
I didn't know that about him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know that about him. So I mean, okay, well then that even gives a little bit more clarity as to why he did what he did. Because I mean, even no matter what the situation is, even if you are a lady of the evening, at least there should be conversation before
yeah,
you just
like
walk up and
he really just stole her whole face.
yeah, like that was. And then I think when he was first trying to get her, I don't know, and then they was at a basketball game, right?
And I think they was at a basketball game. I don't know the context of the conversation beforehand. I've only seen the clip of the video, pretty much what they put out.
Okay.
So
Well,
I don't even know what they was talking about to even
okay, well,
have gotten to
that
that
part.
point.
She talking to Duval, and
Yeah.
she kind of was flirting a little bit with him, and then dude, I guess, felt like he was just gonna steal the show. And then he was trying to talk to her, but she really was kind of fading him because I guess she didn't have an interest in him. And
Hmm.
then he just decides when she, he kind of take her hand or something, whatever the case, and then just try to land a big sloppy one on her face. And it's
I
like,
think he went in twice.
yeah, until uh, it became a thing. But
I don't
whatever,
know. Dude does not play.
yeah. But she gave him a pass on it, really, because that situation could have really went left for him. But she gave him a pass, and good for her that she did, because that could have really derailed whatever the heck. All these YKOs and FN this and all whatever the heck all of that mess is. I don't know what half of that mess means. But I guess he's somebody that's supposed to be somebody, and that's why he thought he was gonna be able to tongue the girl down, but whatever.
I don't
So
know.
let's ask this question, the big question of the night. What is too ratchet?
You asking
Six.
me?
Yeah. What's your too ratchet?
So are you saying like on a term of music, like of artists, like out of the artists we discussed? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well then I'm gonna put Sexy Red as too ratchet. She too ratchet for me.
Okay. So I'm gonna say the same. And I'm gonna put Suki on the borderline just because of some of the things that I
Suki is definitely well. I ain't gonna only because I know I could get a little with it as well. I put her on the borderline. However, she up there too. She up
Mhm. I mean, because I get that she's matured. She is more established as a person that's out here. So with that being the case, it kind of takes her to a place of she's almost beyond that stage. Like it was a point that City Girls was really kind of playing this ratchet persona. Now they done took themselves, because obviously they have leveled up, they have more music out, they got
there.
more money. They're not the same artists that they used to be. So I feel like that Suki is crossing over. And I feel that even though Suki has so I feel like with Sukiana, it's a persona. It's not who she is every day. Sexy Red, I think that's who she is every day. And so let me say it like that. Because,
That's
you
a
know,
possibility.
when Sukiana talked about the situation with that guy and talked about who she was as an artist, she basically said that. Like, although I act this way, I still feel this way. And
And then what is even more um I'm just call it interesting. Most people, not even just females, most people that are more hypersexual, they have been victims of some type of, sexual assault. So I do feel like that's probably like the root of her. Matter of fact, I think she's maybe said it in an interview or something. I do feel like that might be the root to it. But
Sukiana,
just because that's that happened to you, that doesn't mean that's what you got to be.
yeah. What's that saying? Your past is just that. It's not a life sentence. It's a period of
Hmm.
time or a lesson in life, not a life sentence. So yeah, exactly. So I would say the same thing. Lil Kim, I don't consider her too ratchet because she was just sexual. And her music was, to me, it was very direct. She didn't have to be. She didn't have to look, you know, ratchet. She didn't have to look ratchet to have a sexual persona. Neither.
Okay, so question: do you feel like if she like put on different clothing that like I guess essentially like flattered her better, do you feel like she would be less ratchet?
Who? Sexy Red?
Yeah.
Because I seen her in clothes and she, I don't know, it's like the rat just spilled out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it's like, cause I ain't gonna talk about that girl that mind.
So that's mine. My two ratchet is would be a sexy red and borderline Sukiana. Everybody else was not what I would consider ratchet. I would consider them to be just sexual. That's who they were as an artist. That's who they represented.
Yeah.
So I think that's the thoughts tonight. We didn't have anybody chime in, but that's okay, guys. Let us know. Tell us your thoughts. Well, you got anything else you want to say?
Um. No.
No nail print.
Oh, I guess I do have. I don't know, a little piece of set. You know, if you a little ratchet, that's okay. Be you. You know, just be you to the best of you. If that makes sense. Like if you is gonna be out here in the streets, there's a way to do it. Okay. Be safe out here in these streets, ladies. That's all I got to say.
Well, took the words right out of my mouth. Okay, guys, we've been on here for about 30 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and conclude this show for tonight. Like she said, if you're going to be ratchet, be safe and ratchet. Because, baby, these streets be streeting.
Girl, and then the way that lady be walking around with that stack of
Let me get you back on the screen. They can't hear you. Hold on, y'all. She got one more thing to say. One more thing she need for y'all not to be doing out here in these streets. There you go.
okay, my bad. And it's just like the way that baby used to be walking around here with this stack of money. It's like, girl, with all that money, you should be able to afford a purse to put that thing in. Like, you should have a bank account. Why ain't nobody telling you not to have all that money on you? Even if, like, you ain't worried about nobody rolling up on you because, you just about that life. Cool, fine. It's just tacky. Why? Why? Like the way she be carrying herself sort of be kind of like she a nigga on the street instead of, like a female.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, baby, we gonna pray for you.
Well, y'all, we're going to pray for Sexy Red.
We gonna pray for Sexy Red.
And we'll see y'all next week. Be sure to like this video, comment, give us your thoughts and opinions. And if you have not done so, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, let me go ahead and put the information up there. Do y'all see it right there? Being creatively free. Being
Wait a minute.
creatively free is right there on the screen. Be sure y'all check out Miss Bree.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And y'all come on back.
All right. See y'all next week.